You know who come to do
What religion do you follow, sir? What religion do you follow, sir?
You know who come
What religion do you follow, sir?
One of these days, Jesus, you come to do the judgment today. If you follow Jesus, you get salvation. If you still
Sir, what religion do you follow?
You don't get nothing.
What religion do you follow?
Muhammad, I study the Bible. I study the Quran. 470 years.
Which verse in the Quran tells us to kill babies?
Wait a minute.
Which verse in the Quran tells us to kill babies?
470 years.
Which verse in the Quran tells us to kill babies? I tell you, in the Bible is 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 3. Tell us about the Quran now.
Matthew 24. Jesus said,
You're quoting the Bible. Quote the Quran. Where are we told to kill babies?
False Jesus and false prophet. Muhammad is a false prophet.
He's talking about Mohammeds. Frankly, I don't know who he's talking about. I don't know who Mohammed is. Yeah, maybe he's talking about somebody in a moment and he's confused with his English literature. I can tell he is not very proficient in the English language. However, if he was proficient in the English language, he would know, and he would be aware. We do not believe that the prophets don't make mistakes.
Holy Spirit. This is the man who was possessed by unholy spirit. Look at that. He was sitting there. Now he's standing.
I suggest
that's the unholy spirit making him up. So he's a lying. He's a liar. He's talking from his ass. MashaAllah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is a Christian who is unable to defend his faith. Had I known he was a Christian, I would have engaged with him. Sir, would you like to have a conversation?
Muhammad was a prophet.
So ladies and gentlemen, what we believe about the prophets is that the prophets are mahfuz. Allah has preserved the prophets. Any mistake that the prophet makes, Allah corrects that mistake. They are not left to pass away with a mistake because they are leaders. They are prophets. Yeah. I asked the gentleman over here, and even though he is frankly, I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what he's speaking, but I have husn dhan about him. I'm sure he's a nice person. He's just been possessed by the unholy spirit. Yeah, the unholy spirit is inside him. But it was nice to meet you, sir. How are you? I'll see you tomorrow, sir.
I studied the Quran.
Nice handbag, sir.
5 books from the Bible.
The Bible actually has 69 books. Gangistan. No. 66 books for the Protestants, 73 books for the Catholics. What Bible do you follow? No, but you know what the problem is? Sometimes when we don't engage, people think that we haven't made the effort. I want people to know, I'm at least making the effort to engage with him. With respect as well. Ladies and gentlemen, not all Italian people are like this. Italy is a fantastic country. I love pizza, I love pasta. I occasionally like lasagna. I'm sure he's a nice man. He's just having a bad day. Yeah? So, that's fine. Does anybody else have a legitimate question pertaining Islam and Muslims? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Of course. Does anybody have a legitimate question about Islam and about Muslims?
I agree with everything you say about Israel. Anybody who can't see what's going wrong with what Israel is doing is seriously whatever in my book.
That's exactly the point, yeah.
You don't have to be religious or educated to see what's
Thank you.
To know what the difference between right and wrong. Okay?
And you're Christian, by the way, yeah?
I'm a humanist.
You're a humanist.
Yeah, I believe in a God.
So this humanist is saying, just for the purpose of the crowd, this humanist, yeah, he's not religious. He says he's a humanist. He says you have to be human, non-religious to be disgusted by what's going on currently in Gaza.
What I want to ask you is, what are your thoughts on what's happening in Bangladesh at the moment? The Hindus are being treated absolutely terribly. You know this.
Well, so here's the thing. I was going to make a video. Yeah, I was going to say that again.
You're not going to give me any justification.
Well, you need to listen to what I'm going to say before you arrive to a conclusion. You know, you can't tell me what to say before I've even said it. I've been looking and following the Indian news very closely. I have been doing for the past 5 years. Yeah, and I know the news that's coming out. It's coming from Republic World Channel. It's coming from NDTV, and these channels, and there are a few other channels as well.
APP News.
Yeah, APP News as well. APP, yeah? ABP News as well, yes. And what they're doing is they are completely misrepresenting what's going on there. Indeed, there are certain Hindus that have, you know, been harmed, and Bangladeshis. Well, to say no Hindus have been harmed, I think would be unfair.
I'm just trying to get you to acknowledge what we're saying.
But if you let me finish, rather than just to get me to say a few things that you want me to say. If you have faith in me, hopefully I will give you a complete answer that you'll be satisfied with.
Have faith in everybody.
Well, have faith in me as well.
I can't have faith anymore.
Yeah, then have faith in me for now. Yeah, so there were certain Hindus, of course, that have been caught up in the violence, and of course they've been hurt. Overwhelmingly, when it comes to the news stories that I've seen, the Bangladeshis have been protecting the Hindus, have been protecting the Christians. For them, the issue is preservation of their country that now is being literally in no man's land, because they had a very special relationship with India, because Bangladesh is a buffer between India and China. So for Bangladesh to be unstable, it's very problematic for India, because China is very close with Pakistan. They can't afford Bangladesh to be close with China as well. Because of this, there are a lot of raw agents that are flooding Bangladesh and doing some, some operations within. Are you aware of what raw agency is?
Yeah.
What's raw agency? You don't know. You don't know. Yeah, that's why I'm telling you. Let me just finish the point. I wanted to show you that many people that will be talking about the subject don't know. RAW are the secret service of India. Yeah, they are like the MI6 of India. They are like the ISI of India. They've been flooding the borders because, sorry?
ISI of Pakistan.
That's what I said. They're like the ISI of Pakistan. Yeah, so they have been flooding because the aim is to regroup Bangladesh into an ally. They do not want to use Bangladesh. It is not within their interests. So I implore you, when you go home, look at the other news, especially from the Bangladeshis themselves, but it's unfortunate because they're not subtitled. You have to know the language, and then you will know. But the Indian...
Have you seen some of the videos?
I have seen the videos. And they've been, and look at the community notes.
A lay person would be very distressed.
Of course, but also the good thing about X is they have something called community notes, and many of those have been, many of those have been debunked.
So Elon Musk is good for something.
He's good for something. He's good for something.
You know, when the Modi knocked down the Babri Masjid,
yes.